This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling, doing another episode of Boundary to Boundary, Colorado High School Wrestling. Today's guest is head coach from Denver East, Randy Gallegos. How you doing, Randy?
I'm doing good.
Let's start out by giving the wrestling community a little of your wrestling background and your coaching background.
I started wrestling in the 8th grade in Pueblo.
Speak up.
I started wrestling in the 8th grade in Pueblo at a middle school, and my first head coach was a janitor who didn't know how to wrestle. So, unfortunately, my first match I got beat 22-1.
Well, that would probably make you not want to wrestle.
Yeah.
I'm glad you stuck with it.
I stuck with it, and fortunately, I was able to win state in 1985 at 98 pounds. And then that propelled me to wrestle in college at 118 pounds for USC for Coach Doug Moses.
And Doug's still coaching at this time. He's down at New Mexico coaching?
Yes.
So how did you do in college?
I qualified for nationals. I missed placing by one round. Unfortunately, 2 weeks before nationals, I injured my left ankle pretty bad, but I still went into nationals. I was ranked 4th, and unfortunately, I didn't get it done.
No. Well, sometimes injuries put us out of the line, and we take a back seat to what we are capable of doing. What is your coaching career?
I'm the head coach of Denver East, and this is my 19th year as head coach. I was assistant for 2 years, and then I took the program over, and this is my 19th year as head coach.
So you've only coached at Denver East?
At Denver East only, yes.
Okay. So that's a good consistent for the program. And how was your season last year?
Season, it was pretty good. I would say it was a successful season. The kids wrestled really hard for me. One thing about Denver East is the majority of the kids that wrestle for me start wrestling when they're freshmen in high school. However, I was fortunate to get 2 kids that had wrestled prior, and 2 sophomores last year, Jose Cerda and Mando Garcia. They qualified for the second time state tournament. Armando, his freshman year, took 4th and in the state tournament, and last year he was state runner-up. Ended up taking him to Virginia Beach, and out of 128 kids, he ended up becoming an All-American, taking 5th.
Well, it sounds like a good finish for the program last year. What do you got for returning kids, and what does your squad look like for this year?
We have Jose and Armando back, and they're at 120 and 126 respectively, and they have high hopes. I have some other kids that are starting to come around now that have started wrestling their freshman year, and they've been putting in the work and wrestling year round, and they're a little unknown, but they're going to make some noise. They're really, really hard workers, and they're really great kids and really good in the classroom.
You know, that's the same thing you said about the 2 boys you mentioned when I saw you a couple years ago down to the Warrior Classic, that they were unknown, and that I was looking at them because I wanted them to go on my traveling team for a team vision quest, and they have made some noise. So if that follows suit, then you should have a good season this year.
Yeah, we plan on having a good season. The kids want to go to the next level. They're both looking, hopefully, to get it done at this year's state tournament, and the ones that have been training in the shadows are coming up through the back door, and they've been really working hard, so hopefully they'll make some noise also.
Now, do you have any girls on the team?
Yes, we do. We have 13 girls on the girls team, and we're really excited about the girls team. These girls are, a lot of them have never wrestled before, and they came out this year, and they play girls rugby, so the transition was easy. We have Bemnet, a 100-pounder. She's a returning state qualifier. We have Izzy Resendez. She wrestled against boys last year, her freshman year. However, she's wrestling against girls this year, and I believe she's ranked 13th in the country right now among girls.
Now, you've had another girl wrestler in your programs in the past, Meyer Nelson. She's done very good, qualifying for the state tournament twice, and she's a world champion. Tell her a little bit about her.
Maya is she's my heart. She's just an incredible individual. When she wrestled for me, she just gave me her all. She qualified for state twice, and she didn't end up placing. She missed placing, but she was just an incredible person, and very. I was honored to coach her, and we have a really close relationship. She's like a daughter to me, and she texts me every week. She lives at the Olympic Training Center, and she has asked me to help her get ready for the 2020 Olympic trials in Pennsylvania, in Penn State.
Well, it should be exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited about that.
There's also another girl that done well in the state of Colorado, Adeline Gray, who's a 5-time state champ. So it's nice to see that the girls program, not only at your school, but throughout the state and also the country, is improving and growing quite a bit. Now, is the girls on your team, are they just Denver East, or are they a unified team with all the school districts in Denver?
Well, actually, we have our team at Denver East is Denver East. When we travel like this morning, we got on the bus, and North brought their couple girls, West brought a couple girls, but Denver East is coached by coaches from Denver East.
Okay. Who are the coaches for the girls team?
We have Coach Michael Todd, and he actually, it's kind of crazy, he actually called me in February of this year, and he called me from Cleveland, Ohio, and I asked him why he called me, and he says, well, Coach, I'm from Cleveland, and I've been following Meyer Nelson for quite a while, and I'm being, I guess he worked for the Department of Defense, and he's been relocated to Denver, and he has 2 girls, and he wanted their girls to wrestle for Denver East.
Well, that's speaks highly of you as coach.
I was very surprised.
Yeah. So who's the other coach? You just have one coach for the girls, or it's a couple coaches?
I have a couple coaches. Well, another one's Roby Turner. He's actually a lieutenant in the fire department, and his girl is wrestling also, and he wants to be a part of the program. So he's helping out.
So what's your other coaching staff look like for the boys team?
The boys team, I got my my head assistant is Henry Kofa, and he is a former state champ of mine in 2004. He's a 2-time All-American in college. He coaches the JV along with Chris Mikas from Iowa. And then I have my other assistant, Manuel Guzman, is a state champ out of Pueblo Central in 1994, an All-American for USC, which my former college in Pueblo, and he could wrestle for Coach Moses also.
Okay. What does your boys' team look like for numbers and for this year?
JV and varsity both combined. It's at Denver East it's a tough school to get bigger boys out. So we have a lot of lighter guys, lighter boys. We have probably, I say 20 on the roster, combined JV and varsity. But it's very difficult getting bigger boys out.
All right. Why do you think that you can't get to the upper weight class guys out? You have a football team, don't you?
We have a football team, but unfortunately we have a rugby team. And the rugby team competes with the football team and the wrestling team for boys.
Okay.
So that's why we have our struggle getting big boys out.
Okay. What does your season schedule look like?
We're here at the Broomfield Duels. Start off with, we'll get 5 matches, good mat time, and we'll have a week off, and then we'll go to the Warrior Classic, and then we'll come back after Christmas for the Colfax SmackDown for 2 days, and then we'll hit the Arvada West tournament for 2 days, and then we'll have another week off, and then we'll hit North Glen, which is really a good tournament, and the following week we'll hit Thornton, which is really a good tournament. Then we have our DPS League, Regionals, and State.
Okay. Now you run the SmackDown tournament at Denver East. Let's give props to that and get a little advertising for it. So tell us a little about the SmackDown.
The SmackDown is comprised of 12 teams, and we have 2 pools. Each pool of 6 teams. You get 5 duels in your respective pool, and then that's over 2 days. We're Friday night and Saturday. Saturday at noon we break for lunch. We get the best 6-pounder in the red pool, who is 5-0, and the other wrestler is 4-1, and we get the same in the white pool, 5-0 and 4-1. We cross bracket them, and we have a mini tournament. So
Individual
mini tournament.
Okay.
So you could actually lose in the duel to a wrestler and still win the tournament, beat him in the mini tournament, and still win the tournament. Okay. And you get 7 matches over 2 days, so it's a pretty good little tournament.
Getting kids mat time and experience is a good thing, and plus you're not reaching the numbers of 5 matches per day, which is also good for the kids. What are your season goals for the team and for individuals?
For the team, my season goal is to get as many of my wrestlers, first and foremost, as many of my wrestlers on the honor roll as possible, and then to qualify as many as possible to the first state tournament, and hopefully state champ this year.
So you're not just working on the kids wrestling-wise and athletic-wise, you're also working on the kids on their academic standards, because they are students.
They're student athletes, and I emphasize that all the time. They're student athletes, and right now we have one of our wrestlers, our state runner-up, Mando Garcia. I'm almost positive he's carrying about a 4.2 GPA, and he's really being looked at by Duke right now.
You're going to wrestle for the Blue Devils, huh?
Yep, he's going from an angel to a devil.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. People don't know it. The Denver East are called the Angels. Well, I thank you for your time. Good luck in the season, and good luck at the tournament today. This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling. Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.